will be closed, although I think that was the plan anyway. Yeah, this is week 4 of Hulk Smash. The administration that dissects a frog with a hand grenade. This is their method. Yeah, America's in shock that the guy whose catchphrase was "you're fired" is firing everybody in government. No, it's not me. It's the fact that you have a 3-day weekend. Should Kamala Harris run for California governor in 2026 after polls show her leading? But I mean, this is the kind of thing that gets Trump elected.
Yeah.
This is the kind, I've said it a million times here. The Democrats, you lost a crazy contest to a crazy person.
It started decades ago.
You heard that right, and I've been saying this for days. Bill Maher just unleashed on Kamala Harris in his latest post, and trust me, he didn't hold back. But he didn't stop there. Live on air, he went after the so-called woke liberals, calling them out in a way only he can. Before we get into his takedown of Kamala, you've got to hear how he roasted Trump over his habit of firing government officials. It's classic Maher, sharp, unapologetic, and guaranteed to stir up debate. What do you think? Does Maher have a point, or is he just stirring the pot? Let me know your thoughts below.
No, it's not me. It's the fact that you have a 3-day weekend. You're going to have Monday off. It's right, is it President's Day? All government offices will be closed, although I think that was the plan anyway. Yeah, this is week 4 of Hulk Smash. The administration that dissects a frog with a hand grenade. This is their method. Yeah, America's in shock that the guy whose catchphrase was "you're fired" is firing everybody in government. He wants to suck our blood. That is not what I voted for when I voted for Dracula. Maybe this is why Gen Z's approval rating of Trump has dropped 30 points in 1 month. Hey. Hey kids, a little tip. The time to pay attention is before the election.
Did he really just say he didn't vote for this? Come on, let's be real. First off, you voted for Kayla, not Trump. Second, Trump voters are getting exactly what they signed up for. Cleaning house, exposing corruption, and bringing in leaders with actual common sense. But let's be honest, when it comes to late night hosts spewing nonsense, Bill Maher is still leading the pack.
Look, I believe government is too bloated, but the way they're doing it is ridiculous and horrible. And now they went, maybe this is the one that's too far. They went and fired almost everybody in the agency that's responsible for maintaining our nuclear weapons. Fired. And then, of course, they had to walk that back because somebody said this is a national security crisis. Duh. I mean, we were... It's ironic. We were so scared that the government was going to turn into The Handmaid's Tale that we didn't see that the big threat was from the guys on The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, Bill, seriously? This guy never fails to confuse me. Just take a look at him. He's somehow mocking two things at once while simultaneously pinning everything on Elon Musk. It's a subtle lean to the left, sure, but I've got to give him credit. He's also exposing the irony of the situation. The left is finally getting a dose of their own medicine, and the best part, it's coming from someone they never saw coming. And let's not forget, this is what happens when you're backed by a billionaire with actual common sense. Not a woke ideologue pushing an agenda. But the real kicker? He didn't just stop there. He even took a jab at his own sister.
Harris run for California governor in 2026 after polls show her leading. I'm going to give that a big no.
She's had her chance several times.
She should run far, far away.
I'm a Viragosa guy. I like Antonio Viragosa, the old mayor of LA.
Oh.
I think he's terrific.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was in the running. Yeah, I think Kamala Harris would make a great president of a university. Not that she's a bad person or a bad candidate or she's smart, but you know, it didn't work. And by the way, if she does, there would be precedent for this because Nixon lost the White House in 1960. And then what did he do? He ran for governor of California 2 years later. It would be the same scenario. And when he lost that one, that's when he said, you won't have Nixon to kick around anymore. And then he was president 6 years later, so maybe it'll work.
This is what makes Greg so unpredictable. One moment he's shutting down Kamala with sharp sarcasm, and the next he's tossing her a lifeline. It's his signature move, keeping everyone on edge while striking a careful balance. But don't mistake that for playing it safe. When Greg goes in, he doesn't hold back. He hits hard, no filters, no hesitation, just like he did when he took on that leftist congressman.
The Boy Scouts of America, it cannot be called Boy Scouts anymore because it's exclusionary. Like there isn't a Girl Scouts, like this is some sort of crime against nature that we each, people are different.
We were just talking about...
It's now Scouting America.
In the first segment, we were talking about what are we giving young boys? What kind of structure, what kind of discipline, what kind of education? A lot of those projects are really difficult. I was not in the Boy Scouts, would have probably never made it. But those are difficult. They have to achieve. They have to put forth effort. They have to overcome obstacles. They have to overcome failure. That's part of maturing and becoming a full functioning adult.
Yeah.
And to take that away is insane. To say this is targeted towards young boys because young boys are different than young girls.
It's funny how leftists always insist on breaking things down to make them clearer. But let's be real, some things are just common sense. Why keep circling back to the same debate? Just a quick reminder, you're the ones who opened the door for men to compete in women's sports in the first place.
I have to say, I understand why girls would want to be in the Boy Scouts because it's a lot more fun. The only thing really, as a former Girl Scout, that the Girl Scouts had going for them is the cookies. And that's basically it. And the Boy Scouts are doing like learning skills and building fires and going camping.
Why can't they institute that curriculum in the Girl Scouts?
No, that's, yeah.
But I mean, this is the kind of thing that gets
Maddening.
Trump elected.
Yeah.
This is the kind, I've said it a million times here. The Democrats, you lost a crazy contest to a crazy person.
This started decades ago, in my opinion. It started decades ago with timeouts and last place, participation trophies. And sorry to put it so harsh, but it seems to me like we lost a good portion of a few generations of men who've just turned into complete fucking pussies.
That's true.
And now, Bill Maher keeps hammering the same point over and over, warning them that their stubbornness is leading to their downfall. He's practically spelling it out, yet the message never seems to land. Despite his blunt critiques, their reactions remain the same: dismissive, defensive, and unwilling to reflect. Maher, a veteran in political commentary, knows exactly what's happening. He's seen it before, a group so entrenched in its own ideology that it refuses to adapt, even as the ground crumbles beneath it. He's not just talking about a simple misstep or a bad PR moment. He's pointing at a systemic issue, a refusal to embrace common sense, a blind march toward irrelevance. He sees their unwillingness to acknowledge reality, their knee-jerk rejection of any idea that challenges their worldview. And the irony? They think they're winning, but Maher knows better. He knows that when public sentiment shifts, it doesn't just nudge, it tsunamis. And history has shown that those who refuse to evolve get swept away. The audience watches, some nodding in agreement, others scoffing in denial. But whether they accept it or not, the truth remains. A failure to recognize reality doesn't stop reality from catching up. Maher keeps calling it out, keeps pushing back, keeps laying down the uncomfortable truth. But in the end, the real question isn't whether he's right, it's whether they'll ever listen before it's too late.